Alright everyone, we are back working on the old Cruella today. Oh shit, and hood. Okay, those are gonna be lubricated. So what we got going on today is we got motor mounts to do. So yeah. So it honestly won't be too bad. All we really gotta do to get these motor mounts undone is to get underneath the truck, undo the motor mounts from the truck itself, and then I'm actually going to pull the carb off too while we're here, and pull the carb off, mount my plate, because I have a carb plate that goes on top that we're going to use to lift the engine up. Then I'm also going to pull the fan off for safe measures, because last time I did this, fan went into the radiator, and this is a brand new radiator, so I do not want that to happen. So I'm going to pull the fan off. I'm going to undo the motor mounts, pull the carb off, go from there. So I'll let you know when all that's done. All right, so I got the carb off. Excuse me. And I tore it apart because I wanted to show you guys what the issue is with this truck. So you look in there, there is a bunch of just shit. Look how cloudy that is. That means, varnish. And that just proves to you how bad this thing needed to be how bad this thing needs to be rebuilt. It won't take much to rebuild it. And good thing is Brian already wants to rebuild this, so that's good. Because he wants this for another one of his vehicles. But so it's a good rebuilder, but unfortunately with this truck, I'd much rather have a new carb on it than a rebuilt carb. Because in my experience, rebuilt carbs are mainly just for, here and there, not necessarily drive like as much as this truck is going to drive. So yeah, so I'm going to throw the top piece back on and send it off with Brian. So yeah. All right, so motor mounts are out. Well, they're unbolted from the truck. Carb's off, as you've seen. Fan is off, so it's currently painted. So I wanted it to look nice when it went back in. So I might paint that pulley too. But yeah. So now we just got to go up with it and then change the mounts and then throw her back in. So yeah. All right, so motor mounts are off, engine's up, and it doesn't like to be up, but that's okay. It won't be up for much longer, but as you can tell, the old motor mounts are shot. It's so gummy and so, look at that. You could literally see the rubber just disintegrate off of here, and it's just not great. And here's the new one. Much better. Much better. This is actually the driver's side, and this is the passenger side, old one. But as you can see, it's bad. This one is terribly bad. So that's fine. So I just need to go get new nuts for the new motor mounts, because for some reason the old nuts won't work with the new mounts. So I need to go get new nuts, and then we'll be right back. So yeah. All right, new motor mounts are on. I just need to drop the engine down, and then we should be set. So yeah. Those lower bolts on the motor mounts are not fun to do. So, especially when I don't have a stubby 5/8, I only have a stubby 17, so that wasn't very fun. But they're on. So, like I said, I just need to drop the engine down, and then we'll be good to go. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'd say let's run it, but I don't have the carb for it, so yet. So yeah, I'm gonna drop this down, and then bolt everything in, and then, yeah. All right, so motor mounts are in. Everything is tight, fans even on, and it looks so much better now that it's back in black. And I decided, well, while I'm in here, may as well do the fuel filter, because this is the main reason why we were getting varnish in the carb. The filter isn't even like attached, so that's why I wanted to do the filter, because I didn't want the new carb to get screwed. So I was like, you know what, screw it, while we're here, we'll do the new filter, because that's no bueno. So yeah. All right, fuel filter has changed. As you notice, there is some coolant now. It's because I decided, well, I tested some circuits, and it turns out I can actually get the temp sensor to work. Temp sensor and oil pressure sensor to work. Temp sensor is pretty trashed, and the reason why there's coolant is because I took it out and then I put it back in so that way no more coolant can come out of it. So that way it's loose for me tomorrow, just so I can just take it out, put a new one in. And then the oil pressure sensor, so I tested the gauge in the truck, and the gauge does work. So new sensors are on the way. O'Reilly's actually has that, but the coolant sensor, for some reason, they have to order. So that should be here tomorrow, and so should that. And then we'll be back working on this turd. So yeah. All right, welcome back to a new week, everybody. We are working on the crew cab, as you know, and from what the last time you've seen, we did the engine mounts and everything. And don't pay attention to that transmission leak. That's only because this thing hasn't been ran very long, and it's, the fluid's coming out of the dipstick, but that's fine. So pretty much what we got going on for this week is we finally got tires, so that's great, and those are getting mounted tomorrow. I'm planning on doing that tomorrow, getting all these beautiful black wheels done. As you can see, they are covered in dust from sitting out here, but yeah, so those will be getting done tomorrow. I need to get new lug nuts for the truck. So that needs to happen. And then we also have new mirrors for the truck as well, so that'll be cool. Some old school West Coast style mirrors, so those will be cool. The unfortunate thing about those is they didn't come with the correct hardware. They came with hardware, but not the correct hardware, so we're gonna have to figure that out. So that'll be fun. That will be a fun and grand old time, because the hardware that it came with, these little screws, they will not work because we do not have the plastic inserts for this. So I'll either have to find the plastic inserts that these will screw into and drill holes for them, like how I've done with the other mirrors that we put on, like the ones on Radio Girl. Because the ones on Radio Girl are pretty much the fakes of what we're putting on this truck, but in all honesty, they kind of work better because of how they're mounted. So I kind of prefer these over these other ones, but the other ones are kind of timeless, and you kind of can't ruin that. So especially because of this truck. Another thing we're going to do to this truck this week is buff it out, make it look nice and pretty and shiny. So you'll see that as well. Because buffing it will just take all that old stuff off. It'll look nice and pretty. So mirrors, buffing it, wheels and tires, hopefully carburetor. The new line for the carb shipped. We're still waiting on the carb itself, so who knows when that's gonna get here, honestly. So yeah, so I guess I'll give you an update once there is one. So because I'm probably gonna work on this tomorrow, because today I'm busy working on another truck. that you've seen, Emmy, the blue high boy. So I'm busy working on that and finishing that truck up this week, hopefully. So yeah. So I pretty much work on this whenever I can have time to do it. So yeah. So I'll let you know when there's an update. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome back. And today we're back on the crew cab. And good news is, when it comes to the mirrors, I got little plastic pieces that if you've seen me do any of the mirrors on the other trucks, you know how it goes. Drill 4 3/8 holes, pound those into it, and then voila, mirrors on. So those are going on probably tomorrow, today, or depending on how today goes. But what I'm doing today is this wheel, that wheel, that wheel, and that wheel are going bye-bye. So we have the new wheels mounted up to the new tires. And look at that. Ain't that just a beauty? Like, that is overwhelmingly hot. So yeah, that's how that's going. But so I've got most of all the lug nuts broke loose. The ones that I thought were easy are actually the hard ones. The front wheels, absolute bitch to get those lug nuts off, because that's not how it's supposed to be. And we did get new lug nuts that are the correct lug nuts, so that's better. I just need to break the ones off of that wheel, which that'll be kind of a bitch to get to because of how far back the truck is. I may throw it in neutral and push it forward a little bit. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. So, wish me luck. All right, wheels and tires are on. And all I gotta say is I am so happy we went with black with caps. And might I add, this is a first for Han and Colton. This is a couple firsts. Might I add, this is the first crew cab they have owned. One. This is the first truck they've owned that they haven't done white wheels on. Two. It's also the first truck they've done caps on. There's three. And might I add, that is just freaking gorgeous right there. That is some period correct shit right there. And good news is tomorrow, the plan is to get the truck buffed out, make it look pretty again, and then yeah, just make everything look nice again. Throw the mirrors on, get everything ready. But because I want to buff it before the mirrors go on, because I don't want the buffer to hit anything, because those mirrors are expensive. So yeah, so that looks tremendously good. And the lug nuts were a bitch to take off, the old ones were, but it's okay because the new ones are on and they are so much better, and they're torqued, most importantly. And we don't need this to do a dolly, because that bed is extremely hard to find, and I do not want to try to find that bed. So yeah, but good thing is this thing's gonna be pretty sick, to say the least, once it's done. Like, I just can't wait until we actually get paint on this eventually, because it'll look really, really, really good now that the wheels are black. So yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, I'll be back with you tomorrow when we buff this thing. And yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow. Hi everyone, welcome back. It is the next day. I can't show you much over here because that's Showgirl, and I haven't unveiled her yet to the public. So you don't get to look over there, unfortunately. But we do have a lot of cool stuff going on today. So still don't have a carb or fuel line, but today we will be buffing her out, making her look pretty. So let me get this washed up and I'll show you. All right, I know you don't see a difference, but the truck is washed. See a little bit more gloss in the hood, but other than that, not that big of a difference. But that's gonna change today. So we got some polish that's gonna be laid down and it'll look pretty. So once I get polish on, or once I get a part done, I think I'm gonna start with the bed first and then go from there. I'll give you some updates. So yeah. And by the way, if you don't know, I run an exterior detailing business. Like, that's what I do for a living. So I know what I'm doing here. And this is kind of like the downward scale of what I'm used to, but that's okay. So if you're in Utah and you need any paint correction or ceramic coating or anything, let me know. It's kind of my gig. So I'll keep you updated when I have something to update you on. All right, so I have some updates. So this is before, obviously. This is after. Not a huge difference because it's white and you really can't tell because the sun's not out. But I promise you, there's a difference. A big one. Like, you can actually see a reflection now. That's a big deal to this truck. So without clear coating, this does look really good. So I like it. On to the rest of the truck. All right, so this kind of really shows you, with how cloudy it is, this kind of shows you the difference, because that's before, that's after. See how you have some shine now? Oh yeah, all the shine. So before, after. And might I add, guys, if you want to get this done on your vehicle, this is a great way of preserving your original paint without having to bust out the money to get it clear coated. So if you got original paint and you want it to shine, let me know. I think I can help you. Remember, that's before, that's after. Ta-da. And we are back working on the crew cab. So now it's sunny, so you can actually kind of see the shine of this truck now. So we got this side done and it looks way better. So looks 10,000 times better. So now we just got to knock out this side. So same scenarios what we did yesterday. Buff, wipe, make stuff look pretty. And yeah, shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, also just these freaking wheels and tires just look so much better. I love it. So let me pull the buffer out and I'll just start going to town on this thing, and I'll let you guys know when there's an update. Well, she is done. She is officially buffed out and looking really pretty. It was a really good idea to do this because this truck needed it royally. The paint's not perfect, and that's okay because look how old this truck is, and plus it's had one repaint. I know that because look at all the Bondo in the rust hole. So it's been repainted once at least, but for being repainted once, it sure does look good. So I'm not sad about it. Next is mirrors. That's going to be a tomorrow project, is mirrors. So I'm excited. Very, very excited. So I'm just going to go to the store tomorrow and get nuts and bolts to hold the mirrors together. I have the plastic pieces to drill into these doors with. I have the drill bit to drill into the doors with. It's on my drill that's right there. I was planning on doing that, the mirrors today, but that didn't happen, unfortunately, because I wanted to buff this out first. So, and I got sidetracked working on another project. So that's fine because we are back now and we'll be doing it tomorrow. especially since we have nothing but good weather for today and tomorrow. So today was colder than cold, but tomorrow will be good. So that's the plan. Like, look at that. Isn't that truck just gorgeous? Like, Radio Girl doesn't get enough love on the channel, honestly. How about this, everyone? If you think Radio Girl should make it on the channel, we should do more stuff and get it put on the channel, let me know, because I have plans for it. I just haven't had a reason to do said plans yet. I'm thinking of 4-barrel swapping it and making it a cool truck. I just need, I just need someone to tell me to do it, and then I'll do it. So if that's something you'd want to see, let me know. But as of right now, we got crew cab. So yeah, so tomorrow is mirrors, since it's now been buffed and that paint looks freaking phenomenal. So hi, the fact that you can do that now is crazy. But yeah, so we will be back tomorrow to do mirrors. So see you tomorrow. All right, everyone, welcome back. We are back working on the crew cab. And yesterday, we finished buffing it out, and it looks really good now. But today, I had a little bit of an epiphany when it comes to the carb situation. So, I've got some ports that go to a Holly that have a barbed end on them. And I'm thinking, hear me out. What if I were to put the barbed end and then make my own line out of 3/8 fuel line? So, doesn't sound like too crazy of an ordeal. So, because this truck needs to move. I'm sick of it sitting here, honestly, and it's just puking trans fluid because of it sitting here. So, I'm going to make that, and I'm also going to do the mirrors today. That is definitely going to happen. So, you're going to see that. And then, because once this is running good enough, because we are still waiting for the line to get here and the carb, both of which are just non-existent currently. Don't know why shipping keeps screwing us, because we're not just getting screwed up on this. Emmy, the 67 Highboy that I've been building, we've been getting screwed on parts with that as well. So it's kind of weird that, everyone's just in a weird time right now, I guess. But that's my plan, is to do that. So I'm going to go get some 3/8 fuel line, a shit ton of hose clamps, and just go from there. So I'm hoping I have enough. Well, I haven't checked my rubber hose supply, but I'm hoping I have enough to do this. If not, that's fine. I'll figure something out. But the plan is to go nipple, and then have a 90-degree come off here, and then a T-post come off here, and then hose clamp. So that's 6 hose clamps. Yeah, so I need 6 hose clamps to get it all done. So I'm hoping I got enough. So we'll see what happens. I just hope this carb works on this, because this got pulled off of Death Machine, and Death Machine, as you've seen, had kind of not necessarily a huge carb issue, but because the car still ran and drove fine, it just would overfill. And so I think it'll be fine on this truck, because this carb ran on a bunch of 390s before and it was perfectly fine. So it's just, once it got on the big block, it was not as happy. So I'm hoping that this fixes that issue. So and there's only one way to find out, and that's to swap it over. So I also need to go get bolts for the mirrors, so that's just another stop that I need to do. But I'll keep you posted as this goes on. All right, $40 later, ta-da, we have a fuel line. So they didn't have an elbow that had barbed ends on both sides, so I had to get a barbed end and then a threaded, and then a barbed end with a female end, and threaded on and Teflon tape and everything. But they did have the elbow, the T-handle elbow, so that's good. That was the most important one in all honesty. But we are together. Everything is tight. Now I just got to get it on the truck and see if the damn thing will run for me. So we'll see. All right, truck runs way better than what it did. I would be showing you right now, but since this carb is also shit, it overfuels very quickly, and yeah, so at least this thing actually runs and can drive and move and do whatever until we figure something out and get a new carb. So the good news about what it's doing is because what I was thinking was it wasn't the carb on Death Machine that was the issue, it was the fuel pump. Well, it's now doing the same thing on this truck, so now it has agreed that it was this carb that is shit. So, which is fine. It just needs a good rebuild and it'll be good to go. But yeah. So, not too bad. But right now, the plan is to assemble the mirrors and get everything done and tightened. So, that's the plan as of right now. So, I'll keep you posted, because the plan is to get the mirrors assembled, mock everything up, mark the holes where they need to go, and then drill, and then ta-da. So, yeah. All right. First mirror is on and done. Bottom bracket went on without a freaking hitch. Top one was kind of a pain because turns out there's actually holes back there, and the drill slipped and went into one of the holes, so that's why it's kind of angled a little bit. And there is a shit ton of Bondo on this truck. Like, there is a shit ton of Bondo that everything broke through. So that's fun. Yeah, it's fine, I think. But now when it comes to that other side, I want to try to start the truck, move it forward, and go from there. So, because I'd rather get the truck out and do the mirror than having to move my truck out. My truck's easier to move, honestly, but I just honestly kind of want to see this thing move and see how the mirror works and everything. So that's my plan. Well, we are driving and we have mirrors. This thing drives real nice now. Linkage needs a little bit of adjusting, but this thing drives real smooth and real nice. I like it a lot. Kind of wish it had power steering now that we've got actual tires on it, but this thing is rocking and rolling. And I wish the gauges worked too, but that's fine. But yeah, so let me get this thing, let me take it around the block a few times, and then we'll get a good view of this once I pull it back in. Well, here she is, running like a top. Such a damn good running truck. This thing is tits and ass now. And it drives pretty good too. I mean, since there's no power steering, the tires are kind of a pain. But honestly, not as bad as I thought it would be. But yeah. This is the ultimate test. And I won't be surprised if this won't work because this carb is shit. But here we go. Wow, it worked. That's impressive, honestly. But, cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, we got mirrors on. We are ready to partay. get to adjust this mirror, but we are on like Donkey Kong. This one actually went on way better than the other one did, because it didn't have holes and issues and all that stuff. But yeah, she's a ripper now. This is the shit. I dig it. So now we just need to do floors in this, and then I might adjust the transmission linkage and some other stuff. I want to ask Hannah if she wants to do the shift indicator still, because I would definitely recommend that. So we'll see what happens with that. But other than that, this truck is pretty much done. So I think that is where I'm going to end this video on old Cruella here. And might I add, the crew cab is named Cruella because of the country singer Ella Langley. And today she just released a new song called Dandelion. So just thought I'd tell you guys that. Also, look at this line of buses. Like, we got 1, 2, 3, and then we have 4 more down there. So a lot of buses, because school's almost out, because Friday they do early outs. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching this one. And and for the keyword. Keyword is dandelion. So just so you know, that's the keyword. So if you made it this far in the video, type in dandelion, so that way I know how much people watch this. And yeah, this truck's turned out sick, and I'm excited to see what's next with it. So see you soon. Hello everyone, we are back working on the old Cruella, and the fun thing is we're not working on it here. We're actually driving it up to Brian's house so we can get the situation with the floors fixed. So we can get all this fun rust fixed. Because next week it's going up for carpet. So the plan today, it looks like it's mainly goes from about here. Probably what I'll do, we'll do the same thing that I did with Dolly, is grind all this, get it back to metal, cut all this, cut it to about here, run it out, and then run it down, and then back here, or no, I'll probably run it here and then over. So yeah, this side's gonna be the trebling side. That side will also be the trebling side because it's already cut out. That means I have to patch it to how that is. And so it's just not gonna be an enjoyable time, but that's okay, because when has anything with any of these trucks been enjoyable? So, oh yeah, Tammy's here. Tammy's here, and that's Kenny over there. You guys have seen Kenny already, but and you all have also seen Tammy. I have a whole video series of Tammy up on the channel. But yeah, so that's the plan for today. I got the floor pans back there. That's the plan for today. So I'm gonna get this over to Brian's, and I will give you an update once I have either cut shit out or broken stuff. So yeah. All right, everyone, we are at Brian's. Crew cab made it here phenomenally, and I kind of just want to show off Brian's work for a second.
No names. You can show it off, but no names.
Okay. Like, I can't say you did this.
You can say I did it, but not whose it is, what it's doing, where it's going.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's not like I have off-road people on my channel anyways.
Well, I told him I would do that because he wants it to be a
surprise.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. But I gotta show this man's work off, because when I was here 2 days ago, there was nothing here, and he actually stopped cleaning for once and actually got work done.
And now you can sink a battleship.
And now you can sink a battleship. Like, with that pointed end, that's you could do some damage with this thing. And so just had to say this. If you can't tell me this, then that's fine. But Did he decide if he's running those or not?
No, he hasn't yet.
Hasn't decided? Okay.
He wants to, but at the same time, he wants to run a different, bigger setup.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing's gonna be pretty durable. So, just wanted to show off that beautiful welding work before you see my my concourse welding work. Frickin', I'm gonna teach you today, son. I'm gonna teach you.
Don't come over there and ask me to weld it for you.
I'm gonna teach.
I'm not gonna.
No. I'll teach you what good welds look like.
You just did.
No, I'm gonna teach you today.
Yeah, you said that's what good welding looks like.
I seen Ralph was over here.
That was actually the guy that's helping me build it. The top welds.
Ah. Yeah, you yourself and yourself?
No. Well, yes, but no.
The owner?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Those are his welds?
Yeah. He knows how to fucking weld.
Wow.
He's pretty good at it.
Impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what you're saying is I need to have him come over and help me with this, and then I'll be like, what now? Just kidding. Just kidding.
He was even surprised at himself.
I mean, welding metal that thick, I would be too.
That's easier than what you're doing.
So what you're saying is, if I can get this right, then it's technically better.
You might be
From
able
what
to
you
fucking
just
weld.
from what you just said.
Yeah, if you can weld that, you might be able to weld.
You know what? I'll take you up on that. I won't say. You know what? A grinder works wonders. I also actually, speaking of that, I need a battery.
All right, Dave. The grinder and grinder and paint make you the welder yang.
Exactly. All right, here's an update. We are many hours later. Too many hours, honestly. And we have this floor section in, so that's good. I'm currently making this section here that fills in this. Then I have this sliver section right here that goes in between that and the floor piece that I put in. So once that's in, then I can put that sliver piece in and weld everything in. Then we should be good there. So yeah, and then I gotta knock out that side. Oh yeah, because we are currently 4 hours into this project, a little over 4 hours. So I'm not happy with it. Well, I'm happy with how this is turning out. I'm just not happy with how long it's taking. But honestly, that's just what you got to expect when it comes to this. So yeah. All right, plate is made for that. I don't think we're gonna get it any closer than that. So I'm gonna throw some welds in this, grind the paint off, and then throw some welds in this, and then go from there. May throw some Wimbledon white paint back on that so it don't rust. But yeah, we're pretty much there. So once that plate is welded in, then I get to put this sliver piece in here, and then I've got that marked out already, so I need to cut it out and then start cutting out the pieces for that and getting that done. So this is gonna be a long day. So because we are currently on hour, we're currently on hour 5, so we're getting there slowly. All right, so here's where I'm at right with this. So the main piece is cut out. I'm just trying to get the rivets off of here so I can cut it out, and then it'll just come down to grinding and everything, and then I'll have to cut out the other piece and hurry and tack weld everything in, and then hurry and weld everything in, because we are currently on hour 6, I believe. Yeah, almost on hour 7 actually. So we have a lot of this. Sorry, Hannah and Colton, I apologize for the bill for this week, but we're getting it done, that's for sure. But that side is done over there, and it looks way better. And so we're slowly getting it to this side. So we just got to plan and attack and do everything else, because I want to make sure everything is going back as it should. So yeah, I'm going to get to working on this, and I'll let you know when I have everything out and a piece to lay in there. All right, this side is ready to rock. Got the new one ready to go here. Just have this, do these 2 spot welds, and then probably just do a weld over on this side. And then we're gonna start going to town on it. So I will let you know when it is welded in. Hello everybody. As you've seen, we just got the floors done in the crew cab. And well, that was last week. Now we are to a different week. Today, we are taking the crew cab up to get carpet done. So it's going to be bye-bye for a little bit, but that's okay. So I thought now would be a good time to film the outro for this video. So floors turned out nice. The truck just period turned out nice. Once it comes back from carpet, I do need to finish up some stuff on it. Then it will be able to go home to Hannah and Colton. So it's a really, it's a nice truck, I will say. And the good thing is we're also killing two birds with one stone, because I've got the seat for my mom's high boy psychobilly. It's back here as well. So Brett's gonna get the carpet done and get that done. Hannah's picked out the carpet and everything. I just gotta, figure that out. Well, I guess we'll see what happens when we get it back here. But yeah, so it'll be fun. It'll be a fun time. So at least I hope. But yeah. So hope you guys liked that video of the crew cab. It was definitely fun, definitely entertaining, definitely got a lot done. So definitely, this is definitely one of my favorite trucks, if not the favorite truck that they own. It's just a good, solid running truck now. And might I add, we did the maiden voyage of it, first time in almost 30 years. So it's pretty cool, pretty fun. So just gonna end it on that. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on the video, and we will definitely see you on the next one.